Beloved soul, welcome back to Angelic Whisper Channel, where divine insight meets divine timing. I'm so glad you're here today. I don't believe in coincidences, and neither should you. Because if you found this video, there is something heaven needs you to hear. Today, your angels want you to know a truth that will change the way you see the days ahead. There is a shift happening around you now. It is quiet, hidden from human eyes, but heaven is moving the pieces. Before we go any further, if you are new here, I want you to know that this is a sacred space. This channel exists because there are souls like you who are ready to hear what the divine realm has been trying to tell them. And today's message, beloved, is not a small one. So please take a moment right now and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notifications, because the messages that come through here are designed to find you exactly when you need them. And trust me when I say you're going to want to be here for what's coming next. Now let's talk about why you're really here. The title of this video might have surprised you. It might have stirred something in your chest, a flutter of hope, maybe even disbelief. Your future spouse is struggling to cope after uncovering the truth about you. Read that again. Let it settle. Because what I'm about to share with you is not speculation. This is what the angels are saying right now, in this very moment, about your life and the person heaven has assigned to find you. Something has happened in the spiritual realm. A veil has been lifted, and the person who is destined to stand beside you, to love you, to build a life with you, they have just seen something about you that has completely undone them. They have uncovered the truth of who you are. Not the version of you that the world sees. Not the you that has been through struggle and heartbreak and rejection. No, beloved, they have seen the real you. The you that heaven created. The you that glows with divine purpose. The you that carries the fingerprints of God. And it has shaken them to their core. If this message is resonating with your spirit right now, I want you to do something for me. I want you to type the words "I receive" in the comments below. Go ahead, do it now. Type "I receive." This is your declaration to heaven that you are open, that you are ready, that you are accepting what is already yours. Don't just watch passively. Participate in your miracle. Type "I receive" and let the universe know you are aligned with this word. Now let me tell you what's really going on. You have been through a season, haven't you? A season that felt long. Maybe too long. A season where you wondered if you were forgotten. If your prayers were even being heard. You've walked through fire, beloved. You've been broken down, rebuilt, broken again, and rebuilt stronger. You have cried tears that no one saw. You've whispered prayers in the dark that no one heard but God. And all of this, every single moment of it, was not punishment. It was preparation. You see, what you didn't realize while you were in the fire is that you were being purified. You were being refined. The things that didn't belong in your life were being burned away. The people who were only there for a season were being removed. The versions of yourself that were built on fear, on people-pleasing, on trying to be small so others would be comfortable, those versions were being destroyed. And in their place, something magnificent has been emerging. The real you. The powerful you. The you that walks in divine alignment and purpose. And here's what the angels want you to understand. While you were going through this transformation, while you were in the cocoon, heaven was also preparing someone else. Your future spouse. They were on their own journey. They were learning their own lessons. They were being shaped and molded so that when the time came, they would be ready to recognize you. Not the old you, not the broken you, not the you that was still figuring things out. No, they were being prepared to recognize the you that you are becoming right now. But something has shifted recently. There has been a divine download, a supernatural revelation, and your future spouse, whether they have met you physically yet or not, they have encountered the truth of who you are in the spiritual realm. Maybe they've had dreams. Maybe they've felt a pull they can't explain. Maybe they've been seeing glimpses of you in their mind, and they don't even understand why. Or perhaps they know you already, they've seen you, maybe even spoken to you, but they saw you through old eyes. And now suddenly, the blinders have come off. They're seeing your light now. They're seeing the strength that you carry. They're seeing the way you've overcome. They're seeing your faith, your resilience, your heart. And beloved, it's overwhelming them, because they're realizing that you are not ordinary. You are not like everyone else they've met. There is something about you that is marked by heaven. There is an anointing on your life. There is a purpose that radiates from your spirit. And they're understanding now that to be with you means stepping into a higher calling themselves. This is why the angels say they are struggling to cope. Not because they don't want you. Oh no, beloved, it's the opposite. They want you so much that it terrifies them. Because they're looking at themselves and wondering if they're ready, if they're worthy, if they're prepared to stand next to someone who carries the presence that you carry. Your future spouse is being confronted with their own need to grow, to heal, to step up, because you are not the kind of person who will accept half love anymore. You are not the kind of person who will shrink to make someone else comfortable. You've been through too much to go backward now. The truth about you that they've uncovered is that you are a person of destiny. You are someone heaven has invested in. You are being prepared for something significant, and anyone who stands beside you needs to be ready for that journey. Your future spouse is realizing this, and it's causing them to evaluate everything. Their own readiness, their own healing, their own relationship with God. They're being pushed into their own transformation right now because of what they've seen in you. And I need you to hear this clearly. This is a good thing. This struggle they're experiencing, this overwhelming feeling, it's not a sign that they're going to run away. It's a sign that they're being prepared. Iron sharpens iron, beloved. The person meant for you is being sharpened right now. They're being worked on by the same divine hand that has been working on you. Heaven doesn't bring two unprepared people together and hope for the best. No, God is intentional. When heaven arranges a divine union, both people are being prepared simultaneously. So while you've been wondering where they are, they've been in their own process. And now that they've gotten a glimpse of who you really are, that process has intensified for them. They can't unsee what they've seen. They can't unknown what they now know. You have disrupted their life in the most beautiful way. They were maybe coasting, maybe settling, maybe comfortable in mediocrity. But then the revelation of you came, and now they can't go back to how things were. Right now, I want you to pause and think about your own journey. Think about the growth you've experienced. Think about the person you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Think about the battles you've won, the demons you've faced, the versions of yourself you've had to let go of. If you're feeling the weight of this message, if you're recognizing yourself in these words, I want you to type transformed in the comments. Type transformed as a testimony. Let heaven know that you acknowledge the work that's been done in you. Type transformed and let your future spouse feel that energy, even if they don't know it's coming from you yet. The angels are showing me something else. They're showing me that some of you have felt lonely in your transformation. You've looked around and realized that people don't understand you anymore. The old friends don't call like they used to. The family members make comments about how you've changed. And maybe you've wondered if becoming this version of yourself has made you too different, too much, too intense for anyone to love. Beloved, hear me clearly. You have not become too much. You have simply become too much for the wrong people. Your future spouse is not intimidated by your growth. They're in awe of it. Yes, they're struggling to cope, but not because they wish you were different. They're struggling because they're trying to rise to meet you where you are. They're looking at the truth of who you are, and they're saying to themselves, I need to be better. I need to heal more. I need to step into my purpose so that I can be the partner this person deserves. That's what's happening in the unseen realm right now, and God is honoring their humility. God is responding to their willingness to grow. Even as I speak these words, your future spouse is being guided. They're being corrected. They're being healed in the broken places. They're being delivered from the things that would have prevented them from loving you the way you deserve to be loved. This is the mercy of God on display. Because heaven doesn't just care about you, heaven also cares about the person who will share your life. And that person is being made ready. Not just an okay thing, not just a convenient thing, a good thing. And he obtains favor from the Lord. Beloved, you are that good thing. You are the favor of God wrapped in human form for the person meant to find you. And they're beginning to realize this truth. They're beginning to understand that finding you is not just about romance or companionship. Finding you is a divine blessing that will change the trajectory of their entire life. Your future spouse is coping with the weight of this realization. They're understanding now that you are not just someone to date casually. You are not someone to waste time with. You are a good thing, a God thing. And that comes with responsibility. It comes with the need to be intentional, to be serious, to be ready. And if they're not ready yet, they're feeling the conviction to become ready. They're feeling the urgency to get themselves together, because they know, deep in their spirit, that heaven will not allow them to come into your life until they're prepared to honor what you are. Some of you watching this have been through relationships that didn't work out. Relationships where you gave your best and got the worst in return. You loved people who didn't know how to love you back. You poured into people who were only taking. And those experiences hurt you. They made you question your worth. They made you wonder if maybe you were asking for too much. But beloved, those relationships ended for a reason. Those people left for a reason. Because they were not the one heaven assigned to you. They were not capable of seeing the truth of who you are. They were not prepared to handle the gift that you are. But your future spouse is different. They are being prepared specifically for you. They are being taught how to love you. They are being shown what you need, what you value, what you deserve. And the truth about you that they've uncovered is making them realize that everything they thought they knew about love was elementary compared to what loving you will require. Loving you will require spiritual maturity, emotional intelligence, patience, commitment, faithfulness, the ability to pray with you and for you, the ability to protect your peace, the ability to celebrate your purpose without feeling threatened by it. And right now, in this season, your future spouse is being enrolled in heaven's school. They're learning these lessons. Some lessons are easy, some are hard, some are breaking them down so that God can rebuild them correctly. But every lesson is necessary. Every test is preparing them to pass the final exam, which is being presented to you and being found worthy. I'm going to ask you to do something right now that's going to seem simple, but it's spiritually powerful. If you believe that what I'm saying is true, if you believe that your future spouse is being prepared even as you listen to these words, I want you to hit the like button on this video. This is not just about the algorithm, though that does help this message reach more people who need it. This is about you making a physical action that agrees with a spiritual truth. When you hit that like button, you are saying yes to what heaven is doing. You are saying, I believe this, I align with this, I accept this. So, go ahead, hit that like button right now. Let it be a seed of faith. Now let's talk about what this means for you practically. What are you supposed to do with this information? How are you supposed to move forward knowing that your future spouse is out there struggling to cope with the truth of who you are? First, you keep growing. You don't stop your transformation to make things easier for them. You don't dim your light. You don't shrink. You don't go backward. You keep healing. You keep evolving. You keep stepping into your purpose. Because the truth is, the more you Become who you're meant to be, the easier it will be for them to find you. You are like a lighthouse, beloved, and the brighter you shine, the clearer the signal. Second, you trust the timing. I know you're tired of waiting. I know you've been ready. I know you've seen other people find their person, and you've wondered when it will be your turn. But heaven's timing is perfect. Your future spouse is not being withheld from you as punishment. They're being prepared as protection. Because if they came to you right now, before they're ready, the relationship wouldn't last. It would crumble under the weight of their unhealed places. And you would end up hurt again. God loves you too much to allow that. So the wait, as frustrating as it feels, is actually an act of divine love. Third, you pray for them. Even though you don't know their name or their face, you can pray for their heart. You can pray for their healing. You can pray for their protection. You can pray that God would prepare them thoroughly and completely. And when you pray for your future spouse, something shifts in the spiritual realm. You are partnering with heaven in the preparation process. You are speaking blessings over someone who will one day speak blessings over you. This is powerful, beloved. Don't underestimate it. Let me tell you what else the angels are revealing. They're saying that the truth your future spouse has uncovered about you includes the pain you've endured. They're seeing the scars you carry, the battles you've fought, the nights you've survived, and instead of being turned off by it, they're being moved by it. They're developing a deep respect for you, a reverence even, because they're realizing that you are a warrior. You are not fragile. You are not a damsel in distress waiting to be saved. You are strong. You are resilient. You have saved yourself over and over again with God's help. And this truth is stirring something in them, a desire to protect you, not because you're weak, but because you've had to be strong for so long, a desire to pour into you because you've been poured out for so long. A desire to give you rest because you've been fighting for so long. Your future spouse is falling in love with the fullness of who you are, the light and the shadow, the strength and the vulnerability, the victory and the scars. They're not looking for a perfect person. They're looking for a real person. And beloved, you are as real as it gets. There's another scripture I want to share with you. In the book of Ephesians chapter 3, verse 20, it says, "Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us." Read that again. Exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think. Beloved, what you've been praying for in a spouse, God is going to exceed it. What you've been hoping for, God is going to surpass it. You've been asking for someone who is kind. God is preparing someone who is kind and faithful and spiritually mature and purpose-driven. You've been asking for someone who will love you. God is preparing someone who will cherish you, honor you, protect you, and build with you. Your future spouse is struggling to cope right now because they're getting glimpses of what God is about to do, and it's bigger than anything they imagined. They thought they knew what they wanted in a partner. Then the truth about you was revealed, and they realized that what they wanted was too small. You are the exceedingly abundantly above. You are the more than they knew to ask for. And that realization is rocking their world in the best possible way. I need to pause here and speak to those of you who have been hurt deeply in past relationships. Those of you who have trauma around love. Those of you who have built walls so high that you're not even sure you can let someone in anymore. The angels want you to know that your future spouse sees those walls, and they're not mad about them. They're not frustrated. They understand. Because part of the truth they've uncovered about you is why those walls exist. They've seen what was done to you. They've seen how you were treated. They've seen the betrayal, the lies, the abandonment, and it's breaking their heart. Your future spouse is angry, not at you, but for you. They're angry that anyone ever made you feel like you were too much or not enough. They're angry that anyone took your kindness for weakness. They're angry that anyone had the privilege of your love and treated it carelessly. And this anger is righteous. It's the kind of anger that's going to make them love you more protectively, more intentionally, more carefully. They're going to spend the rest of their life proving to you that safe love exists, that faithful love is real, that you didn't make a mistake by keeping your heart open for the right person. So those walls you've built, you don't have to force yourself to tear them down right now. Your future spouse is willing to wait at the gate. They're willing to earn your trust. They're willing to prove themselves over time, because they know that what's behind those walls is worth the patience. You are worth the patience, and anyone who is truly sent by God will understand that. At this point in the video, I want you to type the word ready in the comments. Type ready as a declaration, even if you don't feel fully ready, even if you're still healing, even if you're still figuring things out. Type ready because faith is not about feeling perfect. Faith is about being willing. Type ready and let heaven know that you are willing to receive the love that's coming. Type ready and open the door in the spiritual realm for your future spouse to step through when the time is right. Let's go deeper into what this struggle looks like for your future spouse. The angels are showing me that this person is experiencing a holy disruption. Their normal life doesn't feel normal anymore. The things that used to satisfy them don't satisfy them anymore. The distractions that used to work don't work anymore, because they've tasted something real, even if only in the spirit, and everything else feels empty in comparison. They've seen you, the real you, the you that heaven made, and now everything else feels like a counterfeit. This is why some of you have been sensing that someone is thinking about you. You've been feeling a presence, a pull, an energy that you can't quite explain. That's not your imagination, beloved. That's the spiritual connection that exists between you and your future spouse. Even before you meet in the physical, you are already connected in the spiritual. And right now they are thinking about you, wondering about you, maybe even dreaming about you. They don't have all the details yet, but they have the knowing, the deep, unexplainable knowing that someone extraordinary is coming into their life, or already in their life, but about to be revealed in a new way. And this knowing is making them take inventory of their life. They're looking at where they are and where they need to be. They're evaluating their habits, their friendships, their priorities, their relationship with God. Because they're realizing that if they're going to be ready for you, some things need to change. Some things need to go. Some things need to be healed. Your future spouse is in a season of pruning right now. It's uncomfortable for them. It's painful at times, but it's necessary. And God is being gentle with them, but also firm, because there's a deadline approaching. There's a divine appointment on the calendar, and they need to be ready when that moment comes. Here's what I know about divine appointments. They don't happen randomly. They happen precisely. You could walk past your future spouse 100 times and nothing happens. But then one day, at the exact right moment, when you're both finally ready, heaven orchestrates the meeting. And it's not forced. It's not awkward, it flows. It feels natural and supernatural at the same time. It feels like coming home and starting an adventure all at once. That's what's coming for you, beloved. A divine appointment that will make all the waiting make sense. But until that moment comes, you have work to do. Not work to make yourself worthy. You're already worthy. But work to make yourself whole. There's a difference. Your future spouse is not coming to complete you. You're not half of a person waiting for another half. No, you are a whole person who is being prepared to partner with another whole person. Two whole people coming together to build something that neither could build alone. That's the vision heaven has for your union. Not codependency, not neediness, but two strong, healed, purpose-driven individuals choosing to walk together because together they can fulfill the assignment God has given them. So your work right now is to become whole, to heal the broken places, to forgive the people who hurt you, to release the bitterness, to let go of the past relationships that didn't work out, to stop comparing yourself to others, to stop wondering what's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you, beloved. You are in process. You are under construction. And God is not finished with you yet. But He's close, so close. The finishing touches are being applied. The final lessons are being learned. The last pieces are falling into place. And on the other side of this preparation is a love story that will glorify God. A relationship that will be a testimony. A marriage that will make people believe in divine timing and divine connection. Because when people see you and your future spouse together, they're going to know that only God could have done this. Only heaven could have orchestrated something so perfect, so aligned, so anointed. Your relationship is going to be proof that God still arranges marriages, that God still cares about the desires of our hearts, that waiting on God is never wasted time. There's a third scripture I want to leave with you before we continue. It's from the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 19. It says, "Behold, I will do a new thing, now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." Beloved, God is about to do a new thing in your love life. Everything you experienced before, all the heartbreak and disappointment, that was the wilderness. That was the desert. But God is making a road. God is bringing rivers. A new thing is springing forth right now, and you're going to know it. You're going to feel it. You're going to see the evidence of it in your life very soon. Your future spouse is part of this new thing. They are the river in your desert. They are the road in your wilderness. They are the evidence that God heard every prayer you prayed in secret, that God saw every tear you cried alone, that God kept every promise He made to you, even when you thought He forgot. God didn't forget, beloved. God was just waiting for the right time, and the right time is approaching faster than you think. Now, the angels want me to address something specific. Some of you have been in a season of such intense preparation that you've started to believe maybe you're not meant for marriage. Maybe you've convinced yourself that you're called to be single, that your purpose is too big for a relationship, that you're better off alone. And beloved, if that's truly what God has called you to, then that's beautiful. Singleness for the kingdom is a high calling, but for most of you, that's not what this is. That's fear talking. That's disappointment talking. That's the voice of past pain trying to protect you from future hurt. And the angels want you to know that it's okay to want love. It's okay to desire a partner. It's okay to dream about marriage and family. These are not shallow desires. These are God-given desires. God created you for connection. God designed you for partnership. And wanting that doesn't make you weak or desperate or less spiritual. It makes you human. So give yourself permission to want what you want, to hope for what you hope for, to believe that love is still possible for you. Because it is, beloved. It absolutely is. Your future spouse is struggling to cope right now, because they want you so badly and they're trying to be patient. They're trying to wait for God's timing too. They're trying to do this the right way. They don't want to rush in and mess it up. They don't want to meet you prematurely and not be ready to keep you. So they're waiting. They're working on themselves. They're praying. They're trusting the process, just like you are. And there's something beautiful about that. You're both in your separate corners, being prepared by the same God for the same purpose. You're both choosing to trust heaven's plan even when it's hard. You're both believing that the wait will be worth it, and it will be, beloved. Oh, it will be. Because when two people who have both been prepared by God come together, the relationship doesn't just survive. It thrives. It doesn't just exist. It flourishes. There's a foundation of faith, a commitment to growth, a willingness to communicate, a desire to honor God. These are the ingredients of a lasting love. And both you and your future spouse are being infused with these ingredients right now. Let me tell you what's going to happen when you finally meet, or when the relationship finally shifts into what it's meant to be if you already know each other. There's going to be a moment of recognition, a soul-level knowing. You're going to look at this person and something in your spirit is going to say, "There you are. I've been waiting for you." And they're going to feel the same thing. All the struggle they've been experiencing, all the overwhelm, it's going to make sense in that moment. They're going to understand why they had to go through everything they went through, because it led them to you, and the relationship is not going to be perfect. Let's be clear about that. You're both still human. You're both still going to have moments of weakness and frustration, but the foundation will be strong. The commitment will be real. The love will be intentional. And when challenges come, you'll face them together. When misunderstandings happen, you'll communicate through them. When life gets hard, you'll pray through it, because you're both people who know how to fight for what matters. And beloved, you matter to them. You matter so much that they're willing to do the hard work now, so that they can love you well later. The angels are also showing me that some of you are going to meet your future spouse in an unexpected way. It's not going to be how you imagined. Maybe you thought you'd meet at church or through friends or on some perfect date. But God's plans are often more creative than ours. So stay open. Stay present. Don't be so focused on looking for them that you miss them when they appear. Trust that heaven knows how to bring you together. Trust that the meeting will happen in the right way, at the right time, in the right place. And for some of you, you already know who this person is. They're already in your life in some capacity. Maybe a friend, maybe an acquaintance, maybe someone you've noticed but never considered romantically. And the shift is coming. The blinders are about to come off for both of you. What was once platonic is about to become something more. What was once just familiar is about to become magnetic. Pay attention to the shifts happening in your existing relationships. Pay attention to who is suddenly seeing you differently, who is suddenly showing up differently. That might be your confirmation. I want to pause here and ask you to do something powerful. I want you to share this video with someone. Maybe you know someone who is also waiting for their person. Someone who has been discouraged in love. Someone who needs to hear that their future spouse is being prepared. Share this video with them, because when you sow into someone else's hope, you water your own seeds. When you encourage someone else's faith, you strengthen your own belief. So share this video. Be the vessel that carries this message to someone who desperately needs to hear it. Let this be your act of love today. Your future spouse is struggling to cope, but they're not struggling alone. God is with them. The angels are guiding them, and the same heaven that is speaking to you through this video is speaking to them in their own way. They're being led. They're being directed. Every step they're taking, even the ones that feel like detours, is leading them closer to you. So don't worry about them. Don't stress about whether they're going to show up. They will. Heaven has already decided it. The question is not if, the question is when. And the when is in God's hands. What you need to focus on is you, your healing, your growth, your peace, your purpose. Because the best thing you can do to prepare for your future spouse is to become the best version of yourself. Not for them, but for you. Because you deserve to live in wholeness. You deserve to experience joy. You deserve to walk in purpose. And when you're doing those things, when you're thriving in your own life, that's when you become a magnet for the right person. People who are whole attract people who are whole. People who are healed attract people who are healed. People who know their worth attract people who will honor that worth. So if you want a healthy relationship, become a healthy person. If you want a faithful partner, become a faithful person. If you want someone who prioritizes God, make sure you're prioritizing God. You attract what you are, beloved. Not what you want, but what you are. So be the person you're praying for. Be the partner you want to receive. And as you do this work, as you walk this journey, remember that you're not doing it to earn love. You're already lovable. You're already enough. You're doing this work because you owe it to yourself. Because you deserve to live free. Because you deserve to experience the fullness of what God has for you. Your future spouse is a part of that fullness, but they're not all of it. You have a purpose beyond them. You have an assignment beyond marriage. You have a calling that is yours alone, and the right person will support that calling. They'll celebrate it. They'll help you walk in it. The truth that your future spouse has uncovered about you includes your purpose. They've seen that you're not just here to take up space. You're here to make a difference, to leave a mark, to touch lives, to be a light. And that truth is both attracting them and challenging them, because they're realizing that being with you means being part of something bigger. It means supporting a vision. It means stepping into their own purpose more fully. And that's a beautiful weight to carry. They're asking themselves questions right now. Am I ready for this? Can I handle this? Am I strong enough to stand beside someone this powerful? And God is answering those questions. God is showing them that yes, they are ready, or they will be soon. Yes, they can handle it with divine help. Yes, they are strong enough because the same God who strengthened you will strengthen them. Your future spouse is being equipped, beloved. They're being armed with everything they need to love you, honor you, and walk with you into the future God has prepared. So what do you do while you wait? You live. You don't put your life on pause waiting for them to show up. You travel. You create. You invest in your friendships. You pursue your dreams. You learn new things. You heal old wounds. You enjoy this season. Because this is the last season you'll have as a single person. One day you're going to look back on this time and you're going to miss certain aspects of it. The freedom, the independence, the ability to make decisions without consulting anyone. So don't waste this time wishing it away. Steward it well, enjoy it, because it's preparing you for the next season. And in the quiet moments when you're alone and the loneliness tries to creep in, remember this. You are seen, you are known, you are loved. Not by a future spouse yet, but by the God who created you. And that love is enough to sustain you until the human love arrives. God's love is not a placeholder. It's not a substitute. It's the foundation. It's the source. And the more you root yourself in God's love, the healthier your human relationships will be. Your future spouse is learning this too. They're learning to find their worth in God, not in a relationship. They're learning to be whole on their own, so that they can be healthy with you. This is the work that heaven is doing in both of you simultaneously. And when you come together, you won't be two needy people looking for someone to fix you. You'll be two whole people choosing to build something beautiful together. Before we close, I want to leave you with some final words from the angels. They want you to know that you are closer than you think. The finish line is not far off. The wait is almost over. The preparation is nearly complete. So don't give up now. Don't lose hope now. Don't close your heart now. Stay open, stay expectant, stay believing, because your future spouse is real. They exist, and they are being made ready for you right now. They're struggling to cope, yes, but they're not running away. They're leaning in. They're doing the work. They're saying yes to the process. They're trusting God. They're preparing themselves to love you the way you deserve to be loved. And when they finally stand before you, when you finally meet, or when the relationship finally shifts, you're going to see the evidence of this preparation. You're going to see the growth. You're going to feel the intention. You're going to know that heaven orchestrated this, and on that day, all the tears you cried will make sense. All the prayers you prayed will be answered. All the waiting you endured will be worth it. You're going to look at this person and you're going to thank God for not giving you what you wanted when you wanted it. You're going to thank God for protecting you from the wrong people. You're going to thank God for making you wait until both of you were ready. Because what God has prepared for you is exceedingly, abundantly above anything you could have arranged for yourself. Now, as we close this message, I want you to type one final phrase in the comments. Type the words blessed and ready. Type blessed and ready as your closing declaration. Let heaven know that you received this word, that you believe this word, that you're ready for what's coming. Type blessed and ready and seal this message in your spirit. Go ahead, do it now. Type blessed and ready, beloved. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for staying until the end. Thank you for being open to what the angels wanted to speak over your life. This message was specifically for you. It found you at the exact right time. And I believe that as you leave this video and go back into your daily life, you're going to see confirmations. You're going to feel shifts. You're going to notice changes. Because heaven moves when we align with divine truth. Remember to hit that like button if you haven't already. Remember to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next message meant for you. And remember to share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your obedience in sharing could be the miracle someone else is waiting for. I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Your future spouse is out there and they are overwhelmed by the truth of who you are. But that overwhelm is turning into determination. That struggle is turning into strength. And very soon, they will be standing in front of you, ready to love you the way heaven designed you to be loved. So hold on, beloved. Keep believing, keep trusting, keep preparing, because your love story is not over. It's just beginning, and the best chapters are still ahead. Until next time, walk in faith, walk in peace, and walk in the knowing that you are deeply loved by heaven. This is Angelic Whisper Channel, and I'll see you in the next message. Be blessed, beloved. Be blessed.